has been whale sounds. And now, next up, we're going to do some Where the News Go!
Woo!
I'm Jeff, one of the hosts, and then we have two other hosts, and they are...
Jason.
And Dave.
Respectively.
It's true. That's why we said it in that order. And yeah, we're back. We missed a week because some of us do things for other things.
Not
Dave.
Me. Not me.
Come on, Dave.
Ridiculous.
I also was working late.
I was a lifeguard and a children's party entertainer.
I was home.
Alone, as usual. We're his only friends.
Really? Oh, gosh.
How sad he is.
I mean, no.
So-
No. I was in Bangladesh with my other
No, you
friends.
weren't. Don't lie to us.
Don't
I'm
make
the
up
only...
things.
Well, Jeff, you have a larger group of friends. I don't think it's consistent as my other group of friends.
I won't call them friends. They're more like associates.
Yeah.
That like to get down.
No, don't do that. Stop.
All right.
I have Circle of Friends on Google+.
There's only us, once again.
One circle. 4 people.
Where'd the time go? Anyway, we're going to discuss this past week's worth of news and maybe dabble a little bit the week prior. Maybe not. We'll find out.
Maybe talk about the future.
Probably.
Do you know about the future?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Dave Stronautilus?
Dave Stronautilus.
Dave Stradamus.
Dave Stradamus? What's Astronautilus, whatever.
Yeah,
rappers.
I mean,
Not
Astronautilus,
astronaut.
one of my
Listen.
favorite musicians.
All right, moving on.
News.
Woo! Who's kicking it off?
I'll kick it off.
You kick it off, go right
I
ahead.
don't think I kicked it off before.
You don't, because, well, we don't like
Let's
it
go
when you kick
last.
it
Do you
off.
think you're last in the order?
I'm the anchor.
Well, that's...
You don't really keep us down on anything.
Yeah, it's one way to describe you, Dave. What's your first topic?
First, I'll talk about the DOTA, Dota.
Dota.
Defense
2.
of the Ancients.
Yes,
That's what it is,
they're
right? Yeah.
the international, as they call it.
Oh, right, they're league.
Their league, the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, which first off, prize pool went from $1.6 million all the way up to over $10 million.
You gotta be kidding me.
No?
It was from
It's real?
buying in-game items apparently that like funded the tournament prize pool,
Oh,
and
that's
they
pretty
sold so many of them that the prize pool ran up to 10 point some million dollars, which is the biggest esports prize pool ever.
And is it separated between the top 3?
I don't know exactly
No,
the
that's-
separation,
Works.
but I just know it's the biggest. Which is, first off, that's not what I'm talking about, but that's awesome. What I really want to talk about is how ESPN is actually picking it up and is going to broadcast it on ESPN 3, which
Woo.
I didn't know that there was 3 ESPNs.
Well, like, ESPN 2 is like a lot of, like, weird live sports, like cricket.
Yeah,
That are
ESPN
really
2
big,
is
but
like
not big in the U.S.
is the odd sports,
Yeah.
as I call them, which is
Well, I think 3SBN is like really a testing ground for like new stuff, so I think that's probably why they threw this up on there.
I mean, I don't know. I guess they had to have some reason behind it, and
It's gotta be.
I only chimed in because I wanted to say 3SBN.
They turned the E around. That's what they ESPN. Listen, turn the E around in the beginning to make a 3 SPN.
Yeah, all you
ESPN.
ESPN listeners.
You're welcome.
That one's for free.
It's a really great
You
thing.
can reach us at wordthetimego@gmail.com for more ideas.
It
We'll
wasn't
discuss-
actually free. We want money for
I'll
that.
send you the address to send my royalty checks to. Okay.
But ignore that one. I'll send you my address.
I'll send you his address again to make sure you get it.
See?
I'm
Working
polite like
together.
that.
But
We're a team.
anyway, so this is a big jump for esports being actually put on ESPN. I don't know how big ESPN is globally, but in the US it's the sports channel.
This is the only
Yeah, that's it. You get all of your sports from them.
I don't like you have local channels, which is for like your team and whatever,
Oh,
and
I
then
mean,
you
there's
have
also Fox Sports and NBC.
no, they don't have continuous like
Like,
sports
yeah,
coverage.
like
Well-
they show up for like football and baseball.
Alright.
But ESPN is like, yeah, I want to hear
24/7 sports coverage. Where do
all
you
the
get
time.
that? ESPN.
That's what it is. And then that
You're
they're
drunk at 3 a.m. and you want to watch sports. Where do you turn? ESPN.
bam,
I would probably turn to the internet.
or Taco Bell.
That's a sport in and of itself, yes. Figuring out, like, if there's a difference between that and Long John Silver's, and, like, should I get in, like, one line or the other? There's 2 cashiers. It's 3 in the morning. Why are there 2 cashiers? And why do both of them look crazy?
And then you realize there's a line. You're standing in a line at 3 in the morning
Yeah,
at the Taco Bell Long John Silver's.
Yeah.
Hybrid.
And then, you know, someone behind you, they're just like, why aren't you moving forward? And I was like, but there's people in front of me. It's like, no, they work here. What is going on, Taco Bell Long John Silver's?
Why are there 10 employees at 3 in the morning?
This is 8 more than I thought you'd have on staff. Moving forward.
That was a weird anecdote.
Yeah. Moving back on track. I think that's more...
Yeah.
This is cool. I like this. I'm glad we're moving forward on this esports thing.
I think esports should be more popular.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I really watch them too much, because I don't play the games that they...
No.
Like, I don't
play StarCraft, Dota.
all those, like, MOBA games, I don't really have time to...
And why is it MOBAs?
Massive online battle.
Yeah.
Arena.
Oh, yeah, for those. And why is it... Because I know first-person shooters and fighting tournament, like fighting games, I think Street Fighter, I forget which one.
Right.
Well,
They
there's
have big
all of
tournaments
them,
as
all
well.
the
But
Street
the
Super
ones
Smash Bros.
Yeah.
They have tournaments for that,
when
too.
Nintendo doesn't want to, like, shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they don't get popular.
But these other ones, why is it right now the MOBAs that are getting the most traction? Because to me, they're the least interesting of all of them.
I have no explanation as for why. I like them more. I like MOBAs more than I like first person
I just think it's the most...
fighting games like that.
It's just
Bigger one?
the
Is it
popular games
Yeah.
of the time. I mean, like, you look at the Steam stats at any moment, and you see that the most played game right now is Dota 2.
Defensive. What do you say?
Defense of the
Ages.
Ancients.
Alright.
And then,
Ancients.
then it's like
Ancients.
Counter-Strike, and then it's like Civilization 5. Always, like, has the most users on at that moment.
It's true. They're big games. But, alright, so it's just volume.
I think so. I mean,
I'm
think
sure
just,
there's reasons.
it's just
Beyond.
the popular games. Like League of
Well, yeah,
Legends,
they're-
everyone knows
they're
what
good.
League of Legends is.
It's true. LOL.
I convinced them to play.
It's a fun game. I do like MOBAs. But I like them not nearly enough as these people do.
They're time consuming. To be
Yeah.
able to get very good at it, you have to have a team that you know and that you play with constantly.
That's true.
But what is the difference between that and actual sports?
Nothing. But
Nothing.
I'm just saying,
Why,
to play
why
at
is
a
it
competitive
MOBAs?
level, you need to spend
Yes.
as much time
Yeah.
as regular sports at.
Yeah.
I can't just play a game for a couple hours a day. And
You
be
can't
like,
just
"Alright."
play a pickup game of basketball in the park?
Nope. Oh, the sun's horrible. Have you been outside?
Never.
Good. But this is a good follow-up to, what was it, 2 weeks ago when we were discussing the one league that wasn't allowing...
That Hearthstone.
Yeah, it wasn't allowing
Hearthstone?
women. Well, they kind of fixed that.
How do you pronounce that?
Hearthstone.
It's Hearth? Are
Yeah.
we sure?
Yes.
I'm positive.
Because I'm pretty sure it's Hearthstone.
Well, it might be that too.
Pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to be
It's
pronounced.
whatever you want it to be.
But it's a hearth. Because I'm almost positive it's not pronounced like Earth.
You know what?
Right.
I don't give two flying fucks.
Moving on.
That league and that whole, like, no women allowed, no girls allowed. I'm just going to go with
We're a
that.
boys club.
Yeah.
We're the Little Rascals.
Ah.
I'm not alfalfa, but I wish I was, because that romance is adorable.
They kind of fix it. They're like, all right, we're gonna have a co-ed league. Also, we're gonna have a women's only league. And I was kind of like, yay,
It's very strange.
right?
It's a very
like,
weird
I
thing
like
to
how they
do.
now have a co-ed. They're like, you know what? That was silly. Not gonna have that.
Yeah,
But here's a women's only one too. I'm like, that.
it's...
So
It
the
just
way-
left a weird taste in my mouth.
Well, in a lot of ways, it's like saying men aren't actually threatened by the skill of women. So it's like, oh yeah, you can come play. It's not going to make any difference to anything, and that's why we'll still let you do your own thing when you decide it's not what you want anymore. That's the feeling I get
Right?
by
Yeah.
this
I was
decision.
just kind of like, okay. So it's one step forward in the right direction.
And like 3 steps to the left. And
Yeah, not like quite backwards.
let's do the time warp again.
Yeah. So, good on you. Kind of. Try harder. That's kind of my 2 cents on that. But this is
More
kind
of
of
the
cool.
story.
So hopefully, get that more equality moving forward.
We're getting there.
Diversification.
We're working at it.
Yeah.
You and me.
Not Dave.
Not me.
Fuck
I'm out of
Dave.
this one.
Fuck Dave.
Piece of shit.
My resources are elsewhere right now.
Anyway, Jeff, what do you have?
I have another Kickstarter game that I'm kind of excited about.
Kickstarter of the week.
Kickstarter of the week.
I guess that's what it's called. Yeah, Kickstarter of
Well,
the week.
it's I don't want to give it a name yet. I want a name to develop naturally and not from Dave. So
Jeff's starting.
Jeff starting.
Kick Jeffing.
Kick Jeffing.
Kick Jeff.
Starting Jeff kick. So the first Jeff kick of the week.
The only Jeff kick of the week.
We didn't need to point that out.
All right. Fair.
It's this game called Zippin' Quest, which is going to be coming out. And, of course, in like my recap, I totally forgot to check who the developer was. But essentially, it's
.zip games.
.zip
Bam!
games. Thank you. Well, that's why we have the thing there, so I can look at it.
Technology.
Yeah, technology. I love screens. And it seems... everything we've seen so far about it is there's just some artwork and this guy's description of what it's going to be. There's history, backstory about, world and peril, obviously darkness, blah, blah, blah. It is a non-linear Zelda-style Metroidvania RPG. That's how it's described, and that's kind of neat. I really like the 16-bit games of olden times. Link to the Past is one of my favorite games I ever played.
Great game.
Yeah, really good. So I think it's just going to be a really good and I don't want to say simple game to pull off.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously so much that goes into it. But compared to some of the incredibly ambitious things I see some creators trying to, work at and make into a profitable game, and they just don't get it done. I think this is a very...
This guy's
doable
got his
project.
feet firmly planted in the ground. He's like, this is what this team is capable of doing. And they're not asking for much. It's $5,000 is their funding goal. And it's kind of just
not bad at all.
Yeah, it's that final push. That's what it seems like. There's no video on there, which that's kind of my one reservation.
I feel like their Kickstarter page is not incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of it, and that's why I supported it.
That's fair. No,
also, their goals, or not their goals, their rewards, their backer rewards are really interesting. There are a bunch of different tiers and different levels of them basically give you the ability to have a hand in designing some of the NPCs in the game, whether they're being at the tavern or just walking around random towns, or the upper level stuff is you actually get to help design one of the evil monsters that you get to fight, which is totally cool because everyone's thought of a monster, or at least how to make a monster cooler. I mean, mine is always just like, it's Dave, but...
Same. Yeah,
no.
I constantly email like all the developers. Like, hey, if we're gonna make a monster,
Check this
here's
out.
the design.
By the way, so we'll have mine and Jay's email at the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's just email us. Let us know any developers out there who want to check us out. We have a lot of concept stuff. We can work it into a couple different programming systems.
Oh yeah.
We really went into this.
It's
Just
great.
let us
I mean,
know.
it's a fantastic design. It's perfect.
Small tier enemies or big bosses, either one.
The whole spectrum.
We can do anything as long as it's against Dave.
I would be offended if it was a small tier, like...
I mean, all
That's
mine
why
are small
most
tier.
of the work is small tier ones. There's only one big boss, and it's
like the first. It's
he's
level
pretty
1.
wimpy. I mean, it really
Weak points right here.
yeah, it would give way into like a bigger boss battle against like something much more impressive.
Yeah, like my cat.
Yeah,
Dave's unimpressed. Fair enough. But that's fun. So yeah, check that out. We'll have the link to the Kickstarter in the description. Definitely see if you think that's cool. They have a Tumblr.
Yeah.
So I think there's more there for you to peruse and see more of. And that's linked in their Kickstarter, so there you go. And it's a LA-based developer. LA is when I say it's Los Angeles, California, in the US.
wait, they're making games in California now? Jeez,
They do everything over there.
ridiculous.
Or nothing. Have you ever tried to get work done from a Californian? It's amazing. We have
Slow but
Silicon-
steady.
Yeah, it's no offense, you guys in California, but woof.
Well, okay, it's so beautiful out there. Like, how would you get any work done ever?
Just not go outside. The aforementioned sun being horrible.
It's a big problem.
It burns a lot. It's basically just a giant thing of gas and fire.
It's horrifying.
Terrible.
Anyway, back to my news. My news topic of the day, for the week. The last 2 weeks. In case you were living under a rock, but Microsoft got a new CEO. I think it was earlier this year. They got rid of Steve Ballmer. They brought in this new guy who's... I loved his pictures, his intro pictures, because he was like leaning on walls wearing a hoodie. And I'm like, oh man!
Oh my gosh, he's so relatable, guys!
He's this young and hip 54-year-old who spent the last 30 years of his life working at Microsoft.
He's just like one of us!
Which is, I thought that was quaint, but... Like, come on, don't try this. He's been working at Microsoft for like 25 years. He's been predominantly in their cloud computing and server.
I like how they think like that's clearly
Did he like ride a
the
skateboard?
executive's view of the Microsoft Xbox and like community.
Yeah, here's who we want to identify.
Hey guys, nice kicks!
Who's our demographic? Hoodie wearing skateboarders
Oh my god.
Yeah.
who like to
That's so
loiter.
good. You have to show me the picture.
And I have to find. It's just kind of like, come on, this guy's a professional. Don't have him like, all right, maybe he's more relaxed. He's not a Steve Ballmer who gets up on stage and just screams at the audience. He's a bit more reserved and approachable in that regard. But he's kind of a headsman. Recently, just cut 1,300 jobs in all of Microsoft.
Cha-ching. Wait, no.
Which is horrible for those individuals. It sucks. It's just shit. And that's going to be rolling out in the next 6 months. But it's also, these decisions, they weren't made lightly. You see Microsoft, we need to make changes. We've obviously gotten a bit too big in regard of our ability to move. And so that was one big change. They've got rid of their Xbox TV division and a few other those kind of weird services that weren't doing anything yet. Which doesn't affect their plans on making the Halo TV series and miniseries. That's still fine. And announcements they've already made are still going through. It's just not going to be through that service. And most importantly to us gamers, they got rid of the Kinect Xbox One bundle. You know what the news to that was? A doubling in sales.
So that should teach video game industries not to force change on us, but give us the option.
I was both not surprised by the news and kind of bummed.
Yeah.
Because you're just like, how are we? Because everyone wants to move the industry forward.
Of course.
But it's almost the adage, if it's not broke, don't fix it. The controller's fine for right now. It's just, I don't want... My gaming experience is not acrobatics. It's not an arcade. I want to sit down. I want to relax. I just want to fucking play a video game.
I played it a few times and it's fun.
I used it. It's cool.
Not everyday fun.
Yeah, no, I was like, this is not how I want to interact with my medium of choice, my entertainment medium of choice. Like, no one's trying to change the book. Even these e-readers, you have a page and you flip the page. I'm not using my hands and virtually moving pages across screens.
We're not minority reporting this.
I mean, that's cool and all,
Not
but
yet.
it's just like, release it then.
I want
Yeah, release it then. If you're going to do anything with motion controls, make sure it's just fucking awesome right out of the gate. Just test the shit out of it and sell me a bunch of things that I'll just buy lots of and use that money to make the Minority Report happen.
I'm going to make a book.
But until then...
An ebook reader that's actually the size of a book. And each page is a screen.
It just
has the words on it, and you have to flip the pages.
So
Really, it's a book, but
it's like a
just screens instead of pages.
$40,000 book with a battery life. So
a really crappy one too.
yeah, and that's kind of the change I think these companies want, like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, want to make is the e-reader. It's like, look how we're revolutionizing books. It's a different way to consume the same thing.
It's like revolution.
Yeah, it's like, just make it a simple change, or like, here's an option for you. If you want to consume it this way, that's great, but it's not going to change how you interact with the medium, and that's really hard to do in this interactive medium. I'm glad Microsoft's kind of hung the hat and like, all right, we'll save this for a later day.
Leave that crazy, like, mad scientist, gaming controller stuff. Leave that to Nintendo.
They're okay.
Not only do they probably do it better than you? But apparently, no matter how wacky an idea comes out, they're still around. So, I don't know.
They're good at it. Well, it's, their biggest key. I think we discussed our first episode. They're profit-driven in that regard. All their consoles make the money of every sell. So
that's true.
It's a good way to make money. Not try and put yourself in a hole first just to sell consoles.
Nintendo also knows they're not going to make any software sales, so they got to make their money somewhere.
Yeah.
Very true.
And that's kind of what Microsoft's doing. They had a lot of big changes. It's interesting. I'm interested to see where they're going, where they're moving, and how they're kind of positioning themselves, because they're...
I mean, it's good to take a step back every once in a while.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they're doing. They're just reevaluating.
That's like, if you can say anything good about like recessions or something, it forces companies to be like, we're getting too big. We're being very inefficient. We're trying to do way too many things. Let's focus on what we're good at.
Yeah.
And let's cut back and let's just do what we're good at. And let's do, like, I mean, why would like Microsoft want to venture out into anything other than software, video games now? I mean, like
they just bought Nokia. That's where most of the job cuts were, unsurprisingly. And the division that was making the Nokia Android phone, they're like, nope. Goodbye, you guys. Now, if that phone gets released, is another story, but that division's gone now. It's an interesting time for Microsoft. We'll see what they do.
We'll see.
Yeah.
They're not my favorite, but we'll see.
Yeah. They're not my favorite, but like they can't not also be my favorite because their Office suite's like Word. It's amazing. I've used the other ones, like Google Docs. I've used whatever Apple's excuse for word processor is. Open Office.
I don't even know what it's called.
You know what it is? All of them, they're utter, complete shit.
They're like
they
skeletons.
type documents.
They're skeletons.
Yeah.
Like, that's great and all, but if I want to do anything more than just put words on a virtual piece of paper, you have to go with Microsoft Word. It's the best. Yeah, it's big, it's heavy, it's kind of bloated on, like, lesser machines.
But you can do anything.
Literally anything.
You can just, like, convert, there's so much. I love it.
That and Excel. They're just, it's amazing what you can do with those programs. They do that very, very well.
I just didn't like how, like, growing up, when I really wasn't computer savvy, it, like, defaulted to installing the whole suite.
Yeah.
So I would have all of a sudden, like, Microsoft Project and
Publisher.
All this
all these things that I would never need.
You don't even know where they came from.
I don't even know
what they do. Yeah, it's how to use them.
I accidentally misclick and I click on one of those instead of Word, and I'm just like, takes 2 minutes to load.
Great programs when you know how to use them. They are very good. But
yeah, as much as I like the programs, I do use Google Docs for everything.
Yeah, because it's very simple. Google Docs is very simple.
And I can get it anywhere, and
easy
it was
tasks.
really easy to learn how to get it everywhere, because everything is cloud now, where you can, you can access all your documents from anywhere. It's like, well, yeah, but I already know how to do it with Google. Like,
No, they do. What Google does very well is their collaboration stuff. Like, if you're just spitballing ideas at this real time, Microsoft doesn't do that quite. It's kind of like almost turn-based.
It started getting to...
It's...
I think Microsoft was a little late to that.
Their cloud service is better.
Cloud,
you get more free storage.
They do.
And it's more robust. But their collaboration, it's more just personal cloud.
Yeah.
At this moment.
It's like the OneNote.
Mm-hmm. OneNote's a fantastic. If you need to do note-taking process, that's a fantastic program.
Pretty much on anything.
Yeah. But that's... they're getting there. I don't know what they'll do. We use Google Docs for where the time
Google Docs is great for groups.
Yeah. But I use OneDrive for everything else. I put my photos up there, my Word documents. Because that's the other good thing. You don't need to worry about, like, converting issues with OneDrive. I just download a .doc file. I upload it. And I go to any other PC in the world. And I download that doc file. And it's going to work. There's no, like, Google's like, are you sure? Because we have to convert it to this. You're like, shut up. I'm fine. So, I never need to worry about conversion problems.
So I can download something from here when I'm with my friends in Bangladesh?
Dave, you don't have any friends.
Yes, I do.
We're not even your friends. You just know how to...
You are a work associate.
This business is tearing us apart.
You basically just said you wanted another recession.
To promote business efficiency.
I did not say I wanted one.
No, that's what you said.
No.
Verbatim.
No.
Word for word.
We have video.
And I quote.
Nope. Nope, no. I mean, I get where Dave's coming from. I don't think I don't think we need recessions, obviously, to slow down businesses.
I was just,
No,
I was just jumping on it.
They're
I wasn't
hard, yeah.
saying
I
it
hate
was a bad
people
thing.
losing their jobs and stuff, but when you have 500 people working on something that 200 people could do.
And we've had this discussion before in terms of overemployment or employing enough, whereas you don't want to ever staff yourself where one person's sick, you can't work that day.
Right.
You always want to staff enough where you can have 3 people out and you're still running fine. It might be a little tight, but you can run fine in a department setting. I think that's the best. That's not overemploying, because that's
Right.
silly.
We're not overemployed, right?
No.
We have a secretary making $200,000 a year.
Yeah, yeah.
We have a journalist.
Or warehousing
We have
distribution
we have a
center.
traveling journalist, and I think he's in Egypt right now,
Yeah, no,
meeting
yeah,
up
yeah.
with our
Yeah,
diplomat. over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Mhm. Well,
Right.
yeah, they have to talk about the new dig site.
Oh, right.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So-
With our architects, because we're building a new facility in Egypt.
Mhm.
We have great funding with that new government there. They're really, really approachable. News is,
Great guys.
yeah. Ignore that they took our families hostage.
Well, I mean, that was just a business strategy. You can't hold it against them.
It's true.
So they're just doing their jobs.
And we did draw first blood.
Accidentally.
Yeah, you know.
How was I supposed to
Jeff
know
should
who
not
she
have pulled
was?
the trigger.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Listen.
I don't know
in
who gave
any-
Jeff the gun.
look, regardless,
He shouldn't have had it.
Any other girl, it would have been cool. It would have been fine.
Girl, but you had a goat. And
Okay,
that was the problem.
okay, but no, that's the funny story. You have to go back to the beginning.
Yeah,
to
you're
find out
right.
why the goat was there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright.
You're right. The audience, they don't need to know that. Business dealings. It's all business. There are a lot of numbers.
So crazy.
Is that it? Do we have
Hard
anything
to
else? I think that was kind of fun.
I'm
It was
dead.
good.
I think that was what did we all learn today?
Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I can't think of anything.
I learned that I can't make whale sounds.
You can't.
I learned that I hate hearing Jeff try to make whale sounds.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, second day. Retract my previous statement, and I add on Dave's. Your whale sounds are horrible. And I think you're a lesser man
It's
because
almost
of them.
as good as your Latino accent.
Ah,
That was great. I love that.
It was terrible.
oh, it was so bad.
Your pro tips for
was
me:
so
be
bad.
as racist as possible.
Yeah.
No.
When you're no, all right.
And as
I got
always,
nowhere to go there.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We're so sorry we missed last week. Things happen. We're busy people. This isn't our job yet.
But
If
you
wanna
can make it.
If you want to make it that
Would be awesome.
yeah.
We would love you.
Start out by liking, commenting. There's a good core of you guys who love commenting. We love interacting with you. We're trying to get better at that whole process.
The internet's tough, guys.
It is.
It's rough on my Winnebago.
Psyche.
Computer.
You know one of those. Both.
Comcast.
Wendigo.
Yeah. But, like I was saying, you can start this process by commenting and liking the video, sharing with your friends, and having them subscribe, as you do, hopefully. And if you haven't subscribed, go click the subscribe button. It's everywhere.
It's like 2 places. I think
There's one here. Here.
Yeah, it's gonna
Not
be
yet.
down here.
At the last
Down
10
there?
seconds of the video.
Over
it's up
here.
There,
Last 10 seconds,
right where your hand is.
All right.
there's...
10, 9.
gotta
That's
do
not
the
how.
outro.
That's
No,
not how that works.
no.
Is it? All right.
There's also one around, like, by our name down in the description area.
Yeah, it's
There.
just right here. Just right here.
Click it.
Click it hard. I can't believe I encouraged
No,
it.
no, you have to be a little soft.
Don't
It can
go
only
just
take so much.
Jump right in there. So
What
do
do
that.
we use,
Share,
Twitter?
subscribe. You can get us. You can find us on Twitter at WTTGo. You can follow us there. You can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/WTTGo. And you can find us on WordPress at wordtheblogo.wordpress.com and on Reddit at reddit.com/r/WTTG. We are doing absolutely nothing different with any of those services right now. And we're getting there. We have a social media strategy. make it interesting and
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a question before we go. Do you actually have friends in Bangladesh?
I guess you could call them
Associates?
enemies.
Oh. All right. Well, we all have
People
those.
I owe money
Well,
to.
no, I would like to meet them. Can we just? Let's
I can
go.
introduce you. I
You
just,
go?
Yeah, no,
$20,000.
I'm gonna head
Yeah.
over there.
Well, we gotta go to Bangladesh. You coming?
I know you don't like to see.
Come on.
I gotta grab the tiger first.
Where's the tiger?
I don't know.
Is he in my closet again?
Is that where I left him?
I think
Last
so.
time?
I'll go check in the closet. You wrap this up and
He's shy. Good, let's turn the camera off.
yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you all next week.
Something like that.